Yo, hello? Is this thing on? Hey, can y'all hear me right now? Where's my damn mouse at? All right, got it. Ooh. Hey. Good freaking Monday morning, y'all. Wow. What an incredible Monday it is. Obviously, we are about 30 minutes late, okay? And it's Monday, so get over it, okay? It's Monday, so get over it. It is incredible to see each and every one of you guys here with us this morning. This morning, we got a lot to talk about, man. This morning, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff happened over this past week to where, I mean, we had to cut out a lot of different stuff that we aren't going to get the opportunity to talk about. But don't fret, because I think we're about to bump this up to 2 podcasts a week. Not 1, but 2. So we'll do a Monday morning one, classic at 11 a.m. And then I think we're gonna drop it down to like a Thursday or probably a Thursday evening podcast. Maybe a few drinks here and there. So be on the lookout for that. Anyways, with me as always are my 2 incredible friends. We've got Cody on the right, Trey on the left. It is good to see you guys with me this morning. I was muted.
I figured so. I was like, wait, I think he's muted.
Hey,
I can hear
dude.
you talk. I was like, damn, is he yelling right now?
Hey, good morning.
What's up?
Dude, we got my boy Y-Dog and Trey Ned the Professor. What is up, buds? Good morning. How you feeling?
Amazing.
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah. Trey, when did you head to bed? All of us drink coffee at the same time right there. It is definitely a Monday, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
About
definitely
an hour and a half ago.
That's great. It feels good, dude. It feels good. Okay. So, obviously, we have a lot to talk about this morning, obviously. I'm actually very excited about the about possibly moving to the 2-day a week. We just need to figure out when what time frame works for all of us and all that kind of good stuff. But anyways, obviously, a bunch to talk about, cut a lot out, and excited to talk about it. And the first thing, obviously, that we have to talk about over this past week or weekend is the XFL and the opening day for XFL. New football for the love of the game. We're looking at football year-round right now, okay?
That's so tight to think about,
dude,
honestly.
immediately after NFL stops, immediately after Super Bowl Sunday, like, what is it, like less than a week later, we've got XFL opening day. And I think it's great, okay? I think it's great because there's no downside to more football, right? There's just not. And one thing that I definitely want to talk about with the XFL, I mean, we've got a bunch of topics to kind of roll through here, but it's kind of a scuffed game. It's kind of weird. The rules are definitely different, but dude, I love it. I love the vibe. I love the feel that we get from the XFL. I love everything about it so far. It's just weird enough to spark my interest, you know? And it's just different enough from the NFL to make me be like, yes. Like, I literally just I was just on Twitter and they're tuned into the locker room and guys are just shotgunning seltzers. Just after their first wins, guys are in the locker room going bananas. Oh, and it's great.
You got to.
Dude, it's great. It's great. So XFL opening day, 3.3 million viewers for the opening day. That's definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That is for sure. I was not expecting it to be that hype of a sport because, I mean, when you start talking about changing rules and altering altering different things about the NFL and professional football. It's something that has been an institution in American culture for God forever. People are gonna get butthurt about it, and surprisingly, I didn't see a whole lot of butthurt. I saw a bunch of people super hyped about more football, a different football, and I'm definitely super excited about it. That is for sure.
On top of it, I mean, you have one of the greatest interviewers / commentators of all time last night on one of the games.
Who is it, Trey?
And Pat McAfee.
Patty Mac himself.
Patty Mac himself.
One of the coolest things I think that the XFL has going for them is, I don't know if you've seen it, but like every play, cameramen are out like in the huddle. Like they're
run out with the camera.
They're literally like, dude, Pat McAfee's on the field calling the game right next to the official. Like, my man is out there, like, and that's one of the things I saw about the XFL is, you know, they want to give you the full experience. Like, a lot of people want to know what's going on out on the field. A lot of people want to know what's going on between the coaching staff and the players or whatever. And dude, it might be, again, it's a little scuffed because the mics that they are using to pick up that audio are trash, but you can kind of get the general gist of what's going on. For sure. And I love it. My man Pat McAfee's on the field having to get just out of the way of plays. Like, I watched I forget if it was LA or anyways, whoever it was, bad snap, ball goes over the quarterback's head. Obviously the camera is following the ball, and as it goes back further out of frame, there's like an entire section of commentators out standing on the field with handheld mics, and they're like, "Oh shit, hang on, like we gotta get out of the way, bro." Like, I love it, man. I think it's great. I'm definitely super excited. Because it seems like a lot of the guys that are out there are really like laying it on the line.
Right.
Like, yeah. Dude, there is no, like, I watched a lot of the highlights from over the weekend. And let me tell you something. These quarterbacks are not going to last long, first and foremost, because these guys are not shying away from hits. And personally, I love it. I think it's great. Quarterbacks taking dude, these guys are rolling out of the pocket, ready to take a couple hits. I think it's great. I don't know if it was one of those things where the XFL was like, "Listen here, buddy, it's opening weekend. Okay, you roll, you do not slide. Okay, we'll pay you an extra.
Tackles are not a thing.
Yeah, we'll pay you an extra $10,000. You will not slide. Okay, and you know, it to me was awesome to see. Like, now, granted, we go back to scuffed because, and this is in my opinion, dude, I saw some players out there that probably should not have been out there. Like, you know, where those guys are like, where literally they're like, "Okay, well, this is all we got. So welcome to the squad. Come on out, buddy." Like, and there you could, while watching it, you can definitely see there is a very big difference in feel around the XFL. It is a different crowd. What the XFL seems like to me is just like one big frat party or something. Like one big frat party from the,
it feels like just a bunch of Raider fans out there. Like, honestly,
dude, it is lit. I love it. Guys are getting just ham boned out there. Like, the celebrations are gonna be incredible. Like, because sure. I guess in the XFL you're allowed to take your helmet off and stuff like that, like after scoring and not have anything happen, whatever. Right. And so, like, every guy's taking their helmet off and like getting their time to shine, and I love it. But a lot of high energy football, a lot of stuff that's definitely on the up and up for the XFL. I'm definitely excited after first week of it. That is for sure.
Did you see the Marquette King punt?
I did.
Dude. That was and he went to Twitter too. It was like, man, like the balls are definitely different, but if you hit them, they fly.
Really?
And because he booted that one
Yeah,
like 70 yards.
Yeah, literally. I so when listening in on that, they're like, Jesus, another laser coming out of King.
Pat McAfee's calling it.
Dude,
too.
Pat McAfee's about to run out on the field to blow up homie that touched it. Oh my God.
They're so
Oh
funny.
my God. I love the fact that they got Pat McAfee out there. That guy is the only thing that would make, actually, no, that's not true. I was going to say bring a Vinatieri out there too, but Vinatieri is like kind of a quiet, keeps to himself. Definitely not a Pat McAfee character.
Nah. Pat McAfee is what they need.
Yeah, I think Pat McAfee as a quote analyst out there makes the XFL the XFL. We better. I want to start seeing him at the quote prime time. I feel like all the games right now are prime time, but I want to see after one full year of this coming back. I want to see Pat McAfee on the Sunday night, the Monday night crew. Like, you know, like this is the game of the weekend, the game of the week. Like, Pat McAfee is who we got down on the field right now, and I want to see Patty out there and a bolo tie. You saw my dog in the bolo tie. You saw my. He's in Dallas. Bolo ties out. I love the steez. Love the style.
That,
Patty Mac is our savior. It's the XFL's future on-field analyst. I can't wait to see more. Can't wait to see more. It's going to be incredible.
It's exciting.
Going to be incredible. Anyways, you know, there are a lot of different rules that are going on in the XFL, obviously, as opposed to the NFL, and a lot of rules that a lot of people don't quite understand because, again, it does look super funky. I mean, their kickoff is, I don't know if you guys have seen the kickoffs, but
it looks wild,
dude. It is definitely weird. My obviously first game I saw of it, I was like, what the hell is going on right now? What the hell is going on right now? But it makes a lot of sense when they talk about player protection.
Yeah,
keeping the safety of their players in mind, which is great. And then also with that, what were you saying, Cody? It just makes for a more explosive
kick returns.
Yeah,
seem a lot more, not more explosive. That's the right word. And also, this is kind of a little sidebar, but also it's kind of cool that we do have the XFL because they can implement these changes that, like, if you were to do it in the NFL,
right?
You know, a lot of people would butt hurt, but then you can test it on the XFL,
right? Yeah,
and then maybe
I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that because, you know, the rules that they're running right now have only got tested for 7 months prior to opening day. 7 months. That's not a lot of time. I mean, maybe it is in the NFL world, but or the XFL world. I don't know. I'm not out there. But you know, we'll definitely see some. I'm sure we'll see some rule changes after the first year, whether it be for good or for bad, and maybe even the NFL is like, okay, listen, hey, yoink, that's mine now. Okay?
Yeah,
that's ours now. Okay, and I really hope that does. But so the rule changes are a little bit different, and I think they made a lot of these rules to make higher paced, high impact, big energy football happen, but also in a safer way. So like the NFL has a 40-second play clock, the XFL has a 25-second play clock. So we're getting out there and we're running it, and I love it. Let's get it popping, okay? The XFL teams have 2 timeouts per half, 1 fewer than the NFL. The halftime is 10 minutes, which is 2 minutes less than the NFL. Not that big of a deal. One of the coolest rules that I read about the XFL is overtime. So a lot of complaints have been had, especially over the past couple of years, about overtime, over to OT in the NFL. And I think
awful.
It is. And I think that I think that what the XFL has done has, again, played back into the let's get people hyped about this. You know, we want to see it duking out. And they took a lot of great ideas from other sports that people want to see. So hockey, we want to see those shootouts.
For sure.
And soccer, we want to see dude, we want that. Like, that is great. And so the XFL,
and the NFL just needs to change anyway.
They do.
Like,
they really do. I'm 100% agreement with that. So in overtime of the XFL, there's 5 total rounds, okay? Staged in alternating single play possessions, so they get 1 play to score, okay? A round will consist of 1 offensive play per team, and each possession will start on the opponent's 5-yard line, and the offensive team has 1 chance to score, which is lit. The team with the more points after 5 rounds is the winner. If the teams are tied after 5 rounds, then the rounds will continue until one team is leading at the conclusion of the round. Can you imagine we go 17 scoring? Dude.
I was about to. I was literally just popped in my head.
Dude,
You know how exhausted those guys are going to be?
Oh, those guys are going to be gassed. But for us, we're going to be on the edge of our seats.
And it's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen in sports.
It will happen, and it's going to be awesome. It will happen. It's going to be. I can't even. Let's talk about a few things, because can you imagine the drinking games being played in overtime? Oh my God, these guys on the sidelines are going to be getting hammered post game every day. Dude,
I'll be out there.
Goal for 2020. We're all going to see an XFL game. We got to.
For sure.
We got to. We absolutely have to. So, anyways, yeah, dude, overtime's gonna be great. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Another thing that's been changed is you're not allowed to challenge the officials' ruling, so you can't throw the red flag out on the field. Deal with it, which I think will. I don't know. I feel like that might end up getting changed here in the future, just because. You know, they're putting a lot of faith in these refs, and they're putting a lot of faith in replay, which is great. But you know, that whole, I mean, no, maybe it doesn't change, because that whole definitive evidence thing, you know, if it's not there, it doesn't matter, you know. So yeah, maybe it does stay. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. Another what?
That y'all want to? Is there a team that y'all are wanting to pledge y'all's allegiance to?
Hell yeah! The Seattle Dragons, 0-1, baby, riding that train.
Yep.
0-1. Who you got? Are you going Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay Vipers fan since day one.
Since yesterday.
Since yesterday one.
Day one. Tampa Bay Vipers fan. A lifelong Tampa Bay Vipers.
I love it. And listen, we're both 0-1, so dude, the Tampa Bay Vipers.
Not bandwagon.
Tampa Bay Vipers got blown out, dude.
We just scored a touchdown.
Dude, y'all got blown out, dude. Oh my God, it was crazy.
He threw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. He's on the same pace as Jameis Winston.
Hey, Tampa Bay is riding the same train. They're all comparing notes somehow.
just going from one shitty team in Tampa Bay to the other. Can't wait.
You know, speaking of shitty teams, actually, Cody, who you got? You got any idea?
Well, I don't have like a specific team, but if I probably had to pick one, I'd probably pick Tampa from Florida.
Yeah.
There's not a Colorado team yet. So
yeah.
So that's what I was waiting for. So I mean,
Tampa until Colorado shows up.
For sure, 100%.
Hey, listen, Colorado gets a team, I'll be out there, dude. I'll be sending out my film, bro. Don't you worry.
I'll send an email.
All right, cool. I appreciate that.
I got you.
You know, speaking of Tampa Bay, I've been a Tampa Bay Rays fan for probably like literally my entire life. Okay, been hyped on them since they were the Devil Rays way back, and I know we're getting off topic, but been hyped about them since the Devil Rays, and always loved them. Been my favorite baseball team since day one, and you know, 2020 is the year of trying something new. And we've sucked for a hot minute, and I think I might bounce around and see what teams can kind of entice me to be their to be their newest fan because
keep your options
As
Yeah.
the number one, dude.
what?
As the number one.
Yeah, the number one fan.
Oh,
Number one
Man.
fan. So we're
you're just
gonna,
I hope Rays wins it all.
you know,
And remember this tweet.
I'm gonna remember it.
This tweet.
I'm gonna remember
dude.
it because I think I'm the reason. I think I'm the reason why they haven't won shit in a hot minute. Okay, I think it's
feel that.
me. I know Cody feels that, and that's what I was thinking about last night. So last night I was on Twitter looking up trades and trying to see, you know, kind of what's going on in the baseball world because obviously we haven't been hype on it. And, you know, spring training only, you know, like less than a week away or something like that. All right, let's get back into the swing of things. You know, I hung up my spikes a long time ago, and with that, I kind of hung up watching it as well because it was such a big part of my life, and I didn't want any more to do with it. So it kind of been out of it for a little while. Coming back, taking a look into the Rays. Don't get me wrong, the Rays have a solid team. Their pitching is the only reason why they're in it. Okay, and I'm like, so what's going on with the Rays? Nothing. Why aren't we doing anything? What the hell's going on down in Tampa right now? Is everyone just on this like suck train? So anyways, I don't know. I was thinking back to it. I was like, you know, Cody said that any team that he wants to win, if he watches the game, they lose. Okay?
100%.
If they watch the game, they lose. And I think me being a fan of the Tampa Bay Rays is the reason why there hasn't been a World Series since I've been hype about it. Okay? So I think it might be time to pledge my allegiance somewhere else and let them get one. And then maybe slide back to them and then see what happens. You know, we'll definitely see.
I mean,
secret fan.
think about like other teams though. That's that long. I mean, like the Chicago Cubs. It was like
Hey, listen, Cubs are on my list, bro. Cubs are on my list. Okay.
But what if we rewind 3 years ago when they haven't won a World Series in like 100 years?
Yeah.
Like were they like?
Listen, I get it. But keep my options open.
You sound like a real Chiefs fan, right?
That's because I am since day one. Since today one. Okay.
Today one.
Since today one. All right. Speaking of baseball, let's move into some baseball. Okay. Let's talk baseball trades and everything that happened over the past week. Now, a lot of trades have gone down. A lot of stuff has happened within the past week in baseball, but I want to talk about some of the most talked about, hyped up trades that happened, and obviously just about everybody knows this. We're 2 days before spring training, and the Boston Red Sox have agreed to send the 2018 AL MVP Mookie Betts and David Price to the LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers, boys.
That's insane. At
It
least it's not a
is-
Yankee.
At least he's not a Yankee. That is very true. So the Red Sox will receive the Dodgers outfielder Alex Verdugo and a few other prospects with that. Now, I don't know what is happening in Boston, whether or not they're taking if they're reading off the same playbook as Tampa Bay, but I don't know what the hell, dude. There must be some undercover secret trades going on that the public eye does not know about in order for them to give away Mookie Betts and David Price. Like, don't know what it is because I know Mookie Betts wanted to stay bad. He came out in an interview and was talking about, hey, listen, like, I don't want to leave. Like, I love Boston. Boston's my place or whatever.
Wow.
So something had to have gone down. Like, I can't imagine Mookie Betts being like, and we're not even talking about David Price at this point. David Price is one of my favorite players, always has been. Again, big Rays guy since day one. And when David Price was at the Rays, that was when he was on the mound, homie coming out of Vanderbilt was an absolute stud. Like, dude, I love David Price. That was my guy. Okay. Used to be a big fan of his dog too. His dog's name was Astro. He had a little pug. Okay. A little French bulldog or something like that. It was lit. Anyways, so we're not even talking about him yet. We're talking about Mookie Betts. I can't imagine Boston being too mad because about David Price because I think he only played What do I got here? I think he only played. He missed a bunch of time last year with a wrist injury. Ended up going 7-5 with a 4.2 ERA and 22 starts. Can't imagine that Boston is crying over David Price, but Mookie Betts, they are definitely upset about. They are definitely upset about Mookie Betts and everything that's going on with him. Apparently, Mookie Betts will earn $27 million this year. Okay, playing for the Dodgers, $27 million in a year, pretty good year. He's eligible to become a free agent after the season and has turned down a 9-figure contract extension with the LA Dodgers. 9 figures.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So let me tell y'all what that means to me is homie doesn't want to be a Dodger.
No, he doesn't.
At least not yet. Maybe he wants to get in there and feel it out, kind of see how things go. See how the team, because there's that team chemistry, and sometimes guys don't click, sometimes guys don't match, and it turns into a shit situation where he might hate his life. So maybe having that 1 year feel out period will be good for him, and then maybe afterwards he gets in there and he's like, all right, these are my guys, this is my town, let's do it. But turning down a 9-figure contract extension is
insane.
Must be nice.
Is for us here in this room right now, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So I don't know. I want to know what the figure was that Boston offered him to make him leave. Like, I can't imagine Boston shortchanging my dog Mookie Betts.
No.
I can't imagine it. But then again, he left. So he did leave. So a lot's definitely going to happen over here, over in the baseball world, especially with Boston and the Dodgers at some point in time. And I'm very excited to see what happens, especially here in the future. I definitely want to see. I want to see how Mookie plays out in LA. I want to see how David Price shoves on the mound now with Clayton Kershaw, who is the choke god. The choke lord himself.
And they have the Bueller guy, right?
Bueller.
I remembered laughing at that during the playoffs.
Bueller,
because he played game 1, I'm pretty sure, over Clayton Kershaw.
The redhead, the long-haired redhead kid.
I don't think he had long hair. I really can't. I know his last name is Bueller because I was laughing at the Bueller joke because I was making it to myself. But I know he started game 1 and apparently he was a monster. But
Walker Bueller.
That one.
I actually do know who you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but have you? They have this kid. Let me see if I can find something on him. They have this kid. He's this redhead. He's this long-haired redhead kid.
I know who you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure he's like 21.
Yeah, I remember watching him at your house.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I can picture him. I don't know his name at all, but
so their rotation is just going to be crazy.
Yeah, this is going to be nuts. If they don't make a run postseason, I don't know what's going to happen. And granted, they got rid of some kids. They got rid of some guys too. I think they ended up getting rid of Jock Peterson. I think Jock moved on. They traded Jock away. They traded a few guys away, but I didn't dive that deep into it.
So who starts center field?
Dude, Mookie.
Where does Cody Bellinger go?
It doesn't matter. We got Mookie Betts. Put him at first base.
Cody Bellinger?
Yeah, put him at first base. Who cares? Put him on first base. Doesn't matter.
As long as he has a bat on the ball.
Exactly, dude. It doesn't matter.
Take Dodgers to the AL for the DA.
It literally doesn't matter. Like Mookie Betts will start in the outfield regardless. Now, whether or not they have to tweak and move some guys in and out, they're definitely gonna do it. That is for sure. Especially if Mookie gets there and doesn't get the position he wants. You think he's gonna sign that contract for the extension? Probably not. Okay. So I'm sure they get in there like, hey Mook, what's up, bro? Help us win. Let's get it. And I hope that's what happens too, because the Dodgers are yikes. They are yikes. in the postseason. Okay, I don't know what's going on with them, but we'll see what happened. Apparently, I'm reading this right now. Apparently, Mookie Betts wanted $400 million, and Boston only offered $300. Whether or not that's confirmed or not, I don't know. So,
400 million.
So we'll see. We'll see. So, anyways, a lot of stuff going on in baseball. Super excited to see how spring training goes. See how those guys play out. Maybe we need to go see some games. We just need to spend especially with XFL popping right now, we need to go to a team that's gonna have both spring training and XFL. We need to go to a city and let's get it popping.
Put Arizona.
I don't know that I want to go to Arizona.
Yeah, same. All the spring training is in Florida and Arizona. If I'm not mistaken,
I know. I'd rather go back to Florida.
Just stay with my mom.
Yeah, dude, it's hot everywhere right now, but I'd rather be back in Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll move on from that, and we're not. Let's not even act or pretend that we all know anything that's going on in the NBA at all. Okay, we don't know anything about the NBA. We're getting there. We're trying our hardest to dive fully into the NBA and get a little bit more going on in there. With that being said, let's talk some NBA trades that went down. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So first and foremost, if we're being honest, in this entire crew of people that are on your screen right now, the only one that means a shit to us is our boy Andre Iguodala's heading to Miami. Them Andre Iguodala's, okay? He balled out and got on a team with a real shot at making the Eastern Conference Finals, and it also put him into a position at 36 years of age to collect an additional $15 to $30 million. 1 year, $15 to $30 million. Let's get it.
Yeah,
you sit the bench. Let's get it. Don't matter. Sit the bench, make 30 mil. Let's do it. So we'll kind of see what happens with that, along with some stuff that happened in the NBA. D'Angelo Russell went to the Minnesota Timberwolves again. Don't know anything about it. And the LA.
That's wild.
Is it? Because he's at Golden State.
He was Golden State, and prior to that, he was on the Nets. But he also wanted to play with Carl Anthony Davis, I believe. They're like really
Towns.
Or Towns. Sorry,
they came the same year.
Anthony Davis. Yeah, and that's one of his good buds, like actual friends. From what I read, they were trying to make that happen.
Really?
And the big thing between them was because Karl Anthony Towns and him came in the same year, and Karl Anthony Towns went number one, and D'Angelo Russell came number two.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big thing, like, oh, who's gonna go number one? Who's gonna go number one? I forgot who he got drafted by though. Was it the Lakers?
Yeah,
he did.
You're talking about D'Angelo Russell, right? Yeah. He was a Laker, and then they got rid of him, and then he started popping off on the Nets.
Right.
Yeah. That's when everyone was like, "Wow, we're gonna trade him and get some good stuff." And then he went to Golden State, and now they're trading him within a season.
I could care less what happens with him in his career, though, because I hate him.
Why?
He went to Ohio State.
He went to Ohio State.
God, I hate him.
You are just the biggest turd ever. Speaking of D'Angelo being on the Lakers, the Lakers made no trade transactions before the trade deadline. So, I mean, do they really need it though?
Playoffs hit, they've run the table.
Yeah, I mean, do they really need it? I mean, God, what more do you need out in LA? By the way,
they're steamrolling.
They are. By the way, how dope is LA sports right now? LA basketball in particular. I mean, think about everything that's really been happening. So, the Clippers are lit.
Third,
one of the best
third,
teams.
yeah. Third in the West.
Yeah,
under the.
It's incredible. Oh, and we've got Speaking of Andre Iguodala heading to Miami, the Portland Trailblazers beat him last night on his debut.
I did see that. I did see that. Dame, I think
he didn't do like anything last night. Honestly.
No, he really didn't do anything. I watched
he had like 2 points in 22 minutes.
Yikes.
I think Dame had
3,800. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, 38 threes in the first half. But no, LA sports right now is insane, dude. Lakers, Clippers. Now Mookie on the Dodgers, dog, on the Dodgers, bro, dude. All the hype, dude. Do you realize how much hype that town has right now? Nah. Everybody's talking about Mookie Betts and David Price going to the Dodgers. In my opinion, a very questionable trade. I don't know what's going on. So there's a lot of hype around that, centered all on LA. And dude, it is gonna be incredible to see. Yeah. We're back on baseball talking again because I'm getting hyped up. I can't wait. I can't wait. Not a Dodgers fan, but I definitely want to watch him. I definitely want to watch him play. I think it's gonna be great.
I'm excited for my Braves. Hopefully they can do something this year.
Yeah, well, Josh Donaldson's gone. So at least they won't sell Ronald Acuna. Hopefully y'all got him for life.
Yeah.
Because that guy
him
is
and Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, well, Ronald Acuna is your franchise for the next 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
If they let that kid go, they are out of their effing mind. That dude.
We've been out of our mind before though. So.
It's very true. I thought the Braves were gonna come back and send it last season and make a run for October, but you know how that goes. Also in the basketball world, we had UNC versus Duke. Now I missed this game. I actually know nothing about it, but my man Trey this morning was like, dude, we got to add this in. We got to talk about it. It was one of the craziest games ever. So lay it on me. Lay it on me.
So, unranked North Carolina was up almost the entire game. I think it was like 4 minutes left. They're still up by like 10 points, something like that. Duke came rallying back. And they were down by 3 coming into the last little bit. The guy gets some... No. Maybe they're down by 4. Don't remember. Something like that. Anyways, they got on the free throw line, hits the first one, gets back on. He throws it, intentionally misses it off the rim, catches it, steals the ball from the guy that was out. That went to the game that we went to with the long hair.
Okay, yeah.
For North Carolina.
Yeah, the dread dude.
The dread guy, yes. He grabs the ball.
I forget it.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. But he grabs the ball and jays it from the 3 as time expires to send it to overtime. Wow. So crazy, just off rip. Then here we go. Overtime hits again. Game's played. Clock's winding down. Guy gets back on the line. Intentionally misses again. Grabs the ball. Goes to shoot an arrow ball. And the power forward tips it in as clock expires. And Duke ends up winning the game.
Whoa, I want to pull up a highlight from that.
Oh, we could definitely pull up a highlight from that.
Hold
on, I actually got one right here. Wow.
Where are you putting that bad boy?
I don't know if this is the first one or the second one, but...
And Alex O'Connell.
Let's take a look.
Shooters, Matthew Hurt and Alex O'Connell positioned.
Got the miss. Jones, can he get a shot off?
Wow.
Yes!
That's the one that sent him in overtime.
To tie the game.
My
as the horn sounds.
Just amazing.
Dude, the fans are in disbelief.
Yeah, in North Carolina, dude.
In North Carolina.
Rough. Oh, Lord, that's rough.
Yeah, find me that other one. Because that, dude, that's actually insane.
We'll just do this one because it's 2 games.
Okay.
It shows I guess Austin Rivers did hit a buzzer beater 8 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, what did I just do?
Trey's computer broke.
Classic.
Now,
Hi.
Are we gonna do a March Madness bracket?
I think we
Yes.
should.
yeah,
I think we should.
Even though I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really keep up with college basketball, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think so. We could dive into it. Let's see what we got here. So the top one, February 8th of 2012.
This kid said, I'm going to make an impact in this game. And he has made an impact. Who will take the shot? Will he make a bigger impact? Yes! Unbelievable!
I love Dick Vitale.
Mm.
Here it is. Oh!
Yeah.
Yo.
Dude, that would feel so bad.
Dude, so I was
my
bartending
God.
through all of that, and the first one, like everyone in the restaurant stood up and yelled, and it was awesome. Second one came, people at the bar was like, "No way, they're about to do it again," and they just
Did.
nailed it.
Ugh.
And what, dude? And like the restaurant was like, there wasn't an empty seat in the house
Really?
because yeah, and we were packed, and everyone stopped eating, stopped doing everything to watch because obviously we're the heart of North Carolina and Duke.
We are in the
So-
heart of North Carolina sports.
And
People get hype about basketball
and
around here.
they do.
People
and
get
it
hype
was-
about basketball. And I've never experienced that, by the
Hype.
way, because obviously where we come from, no one gives a shit about basketball. And around here, dude, it is a part of your lifestyle, which is crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Which is crazy.
I remember moving in when we moved to Wilmington, moving in, and it was already furnished, and they had Michael Jordan like in the room that I was gonna be in. They had a big Michael Jordan poster like on the wall, Michael Jordan like blankets on the bed. Like it's wild like how
That's crazy, actually.
they love basketball.
Love some basketball around here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy because I don't know. Like like I said, I never got hyped about basketball. One, growing up, everybody wanted me to play because I was the big kid. Dude, I just hate running, just gassers all day. And I don't know, I just never got that hype about it. So like moving, like as I got older, I was like, dude, like as I really started to come to and get into my body, as they would say.
Mm-hmm.
And more people wanted me to play basketball, and boy, did I just not want to. I tried to block that sport as far out of my mind as possible. Okay, as far out of my mind as humanly possible. And now I'm starting to get into it. Pretty lit. I think it's actually because of moving here to North Carolina. I think the North Carolina move has put a lot more basketball love into me, especially after going to see NC State play Duke at home.
I think March Madness really sell you on it.
March Madness would be pretty fun. I'm excited to see that too.
No, it'll be dope.
Because I know that's like, I mean, that might as well be just like October baseball. Just everybody going hard. I'm pumped. We'll definitely we'll definitely watch a lot of that stuff. Moving on to the octagon here. Let's talk.
My Lord.
Let's talk Jon Jones versus Dominic Reyes. Went to the scorecard, and in a twist that no one saw coming, Jon Jones got the win. Now, I don't know if we were all watching the same fight or they were watching highlight videos of Jon Jones during that fight or what was going on. I'm a Johnny Bones Jones guy. Okay.
For sure.
I'm about the John man. I'm about the Bones guy. Okay. But he did not win that fight.
No way.
Dude, he didn't. Dude, the first 3 rounds, Dominic Reyes absolutely dominated my guy. Dominated.
Yeah.
Now, 3 and 4 or 4 and 5 come out, and Johnny, big takedowns, couple big hits in there. Now, granted, I feel like Dominic might have been a little gassed, whatever it may be. Jon Jones, more than likely, in my opinion, definitely won 5. Could have gone either way, 4. But he did have those couple big takedowns. But for sure, 1 and 3, Dominic Reyes won that. And when you and I were watching it, Trey, and when that decision came out, our faces could not be in more shock. I could not believe that he ended up winning that. That was insane to me. Insane to me. But the cardio, both those guys look damn good.
Dominic's cardio, like he was moving backwards and like sideways the entire time.
And that's what
I was like, is this guy ever gonna get tired?
That's what Joe Rogan was talking about too. Joe Rogan's like, dude, he is exerting a lot of energy right now, and Jon Jones just standing there. Like, let's roll. Now, granted, I mean, you can kind of tell in the 3rd or 4th and 5th, Dominic looked a little tired, but I mean, he's giving it all.
For sure. And he was still moving though.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely still moving. I definitely give him props. I thought for sure my man Johnny lost that one. I thought for sure he was going to take the L on that one. But you know, I guess that's why you should never let it go to the judges, huh? Never let it go to the judges. Let's duke it out, dude. Let's duke it out. And I know that there's a lot of other great fights that night as well. I watched some highlights on them. Obviously, we didn't watch them. We just watched the Jones fight. So I don't really know a whole lot about it. I'm sure there was other great fights that were had in their own technical way, but I don't know anything about them. I just wanted to talk about that because that was insane.
And that was the thing, like, I mean, I said this before too. Like, the fight was great, probably technically. Like, it was very like technically sound, but in a sense of like entertainment wise, it was a sleeper.
Yeah, it really.
Like, of course, I want to see people duking it out. I want to see takedowns, and there's takedowns, but dude, Dominic Reyes just literally got right back up.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with that.
He was never at one period of time on the ground longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And again, you know, we're not UFC guys. We're not the technically proficient. Like, there were a lot of guys out there that would definitely disagree with us right now and be like, hey,
and listen, say, no, dude, that was great.
That was a great, and you know, there was some moments in there where I was getting hype about it or whatever, but you know, as an outsider looking in that doesn't know a whole lot about the sport or anything like that, I am the equivalent of just like a Roman citizen who's looking down from the top row of the Coliseum. Like, I want to see some blood. Okay. Yeah. I want to see him duking it out. Let's get this go. Let's go 2, maybe 3 rounds of just I mean hammer fists all round long. Let's let them fly, boys. Let's throw precision. Let's throw mechanics. Let's throw it all out of the window. And let's just duke it out. But I mean, I guess that's why Rough and Rowdy's around, huh? Maybe that's what we need to get into. We need to get into a little bit of Rough and Rowdy because those guys just show up and duke it. I mean, I see dudes in jeans fighting in the octagon. Like,
dudes in jorts.
Dude, straight up. Guys are wearing like
shorts and a ponytail, baby.
Straight up and down, the American flag tattooed across their chest, and I love it. Let's get the mullets out. Let's slam some natties pregame, and let's get in the ring and just send it. Love it.
Would you guys rather see knockouts or submissions?
I want to see. Of course, submissions pretty like watching.
Dude, I love submissions. Dude, I love submissions.
I've seen a triangle
favorite thing.
So long.
That's okay. So that's where a lot of like technical fighting comes into play because you know you got to be real strategic about how you're going to get that in there, and that to me is very. They're both probably super even, but I mean it's always going to be tough to beat a knockout. You know,
yeah, it is.
Nothing gets anybody going more to seeing some dude just.
The McGregor, dude, just pure awesome example of it. That was so hot. I mean, it was only like a 15-second fight, but it was high.
Yeah. That like, dude, let's talk about that, dude. I don't know if I don't remember anything, but dude, the Conor McGregor shoulders was first of its first of its kind, right? Again, not that I know much about it, but homie came out with those shoulders, and I don't think anybody knew what was going on. That was like crazy.
All of a sudden, we was like, damn, his nose is bleeding.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh my God, his nose is definitely broken. Because remember, we looked at his nose is like on the left. Anyways.
Apparently, too, like people were calling that like a he didn't really practice that at all. He was doing that in pre-fight.
Was he?
Yeah, like they have a video of him pre-fight doing the shoulder move.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the same thing how he knocked out what's his name?
Alda.
Yeah, Alda. Where he was practicing that jab, like that little quick jab, like that step back jab.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like he was practicing. It is wild. Dude.
Have you ever like barely hit your nose and like your eyes just start like watering down already? Like you're like, oh God, that hurt. Like, could you imagine taking 3 shoulders full force to your nose?
Couldn't.
Like,
I don't want that.
Like, I hit my nose on my hand, like when I sneeze too hard or something like that. I'm like, oh God, that hurt. Taking 3 back-to-back shoulders, like
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely with you, bro. One wrong flick to my nose, and I got a bloody nose.
I mean, I pull out a nose hair in my eyes water. You know, like. No.
Dude, the nose is just the genitals of the face. Okay.
Same with the eyes. Dude.
Yep, dude. Yeah, always go for the eyes, bro. Always go for the eyes. All right, enough sports talk. I think we've had enough there. I think we covered definitely a good amount. A lot of stuff happening in the sports world. A lot of things that I'm very excited to see in the future with the XFL, all these new trades, everything. I'm super excited to see what happens this year. What's up?
One more thing. I don't know. I saw this. You know the Dallas Renegades, right?
Yes.
Did you notice their logo by chance?
It's the exact same logo as the esports team, isn't it?
Yep. The Renegades. Monte Cristo actually. Right when it came out that this was their logo and their name, he made a meme. He was like, you know the homework meme? Hey, can I copy your homework? Just change it up a little bit. That's what he posted on Twitter. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna pursue anything because that's definitely like
no, for sure
suable. I mean, that's the exact same logo.
So I literally when I was watching the highlights for it, I was like, damn, the Dallas Renegades.
Yeah.
What? Like, isn't that the Overwatch team? Or do they have more than Overwatch?
Well, it was the league team first.
Right.
Then it went to Overwatch, I do believe. But yeah, and he's the owner.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't know that Monte Cristo. Well, actually, I knew Monte Cristo got out of league and went to
league casting. Yeah.
Yeah, and went
Overwatch.
to Overwatch, which I think is rad. By the way, the fact that you can transfer your commentating skills from one game, especially just 2 total different scopes, in the sense of League of Legends is one way, Overwatch is the other. I mean, there are definitely interchanging similarities with metas and different team comps and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's great on him. And I didn't know that he actually owned it. Maybe I should hit him up, dude. Hey, dude.
Hit him up.
Y'all in the market for content creators? What's going on, dude?
I bet you, dude. I bet you.
What's going on, dude? So sports talk, nailed it. A lot of stuff happened. Super excited. Now that we're talking about games, I want to talk about a few things that happened over the last week or so in the gaming world. First and foremost, talk about the most overhyped thing that could have possibly happened. This Fortnite update with the biggest debate of 2020. Okay. I know we talked about Tom Brady having the biggest troll and the biggest debate of 2020. Let me tell y'all, everyone was hype about this Fortnite update.
I was even excited about it.
When Trey's excited about Fortnite, let me tell you, everyone's excited about Fortnite, okay? And so when they talk about this huge update, and then we have to sit through the update and actually update, y'all were actually up when the update went live.
Yeah.
And I got up early and played it, and what a dude!
That's the same game.
They added new skins.
They added new skins and a jump pad, which is just recycled content. I didn't realize we're playing WoW. Okay,
Oh,
what
okay.
what the hell are we talking about? This is not. We're not that hype about the same shit. Like, come on. What are we talking about? Okay. What are we talking about? I have. When's the new season supposed to be released, Cody?
February 20th.
February 20th. We are 10 days away from the new update that comes out, and I think why I'm so upset about it is because on their Twitter they're like, "Hey, get ready, get ready, new update coming. Oh, it's gonna be lit. Get ready." And then I got a 2-hour update for jump pads.
Yep.
Nah, bro.
I have a theory, dude.
Lay it on me.
I think since Apex said their new season was coming out, and they were trying to put a lot of hype into that, and obviously they spent a lot of money doing ads with streamers.
Yeah.
Like when you buy Soda Poppin',
Dude, you spent some money.
Dude, you probably spent a ton of money. And I guarantee you they heard about it and they made this small little patch and then they sent it out and they were like, this is going to take Apex right off the radar on Twitch immediately.
Really?
And I guarantee you that's what happened. Because right after that patch or the new season of Apex, the patch the next day.
That's very true.
Isn't that kind of...
Yeah.
That's very true. But then what happened? So everybody was hype about it. And then the people that were playing Fortnite, after that update came out, were like, oh, okay. Apex, F it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on Fortnite. New update comes out today. And then they get on and they're like, what?
Well,
I'm getting back on Apex. Like, what?
Yep.
Like, dude, what are we talking about?
Just for a jump pad, dude.
What are we talking about?
Your skins are dope.
Tight.
God, and now I'm pissed off again because we didn't win that. Now I got kicked off the effing game for a jump pad.
Yeah. You guys lost a game because of a jump pad. Congrats.
Yeah, that feels
bad. Cody and I hit those back-to-back shots, though.
I actually saw that clip. That's pretty lit. I was actually super excited about that. Speaking of Apex and games that actually drop new seasons, Apex Season 4, new content came out. I'm even playing Apex right now because I'm fed up with, I mean, that's not true. I still play Fortnite, but damn! God, at least Apex is putting out new content. It's ridiculous. Sure. And it's actually, I won't even lie, it's actually pretty fun. They dropped a new legend, Remnant, who's a super fun character to play. That's been mainly who I've been.
He looks wild.
Yeah, the lore, the whole story thing behind him, pretty lit. Super excited about it. Been playing a lot of it. Been getting real worked on the Apex Battlegrounds because kids have been playing that a lot longer than me. But I've been enjoying it. It's definitely a nice change of pace, especially since Fortnite is so bone dry right now. Of content. It is bone dry right now. I've been pretty enjoying Apex. We all need to get on that actually. Like we need to run some squads with that because it feels good sometimes. It feels good sometimes. And I mean, if you're gonna play a shooter and be shitty at it, at least spread out your options a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, let's be shitty, but let's be shitty across all platforms. You know, let's really do it if we're gonna.
For sure.
Let's really do it.
Also, with before you leave, sorry about the Fortnite thing.
Yeah.
A new content that's coming out is there's going to be a tournament for box fighting.
Can't wait to enter that.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't.
Like it's just box fighting, and I'm pretty sure it's one-on-ones.
Is that where are people that hype about that? Because like
I'm not the biggest fan of that.
I think box fighting is lame. I see a bunch of people doing it. Like you scroll down the directory through the you scroll through the Fortnite directory and I'd say probably 60% of it is 1v1 box fighting, wagers, and customs. I'd say probably 60% of it is that. So obviously there must be a market for it. Obviously a bunch of kids are super hype about it, but if you've never watched box fighting, I personally think box fighting is so lame. Like it is so boring to watch. It's really even boring to play in. I participated in one box fight that was paid for me, and I absolutely dominated the scene. That is the easiest game I've ever played. Box fighting is easy. I don't understand it. Okay, you literally just build a wall and shoot them through it. I don't get it. Box fighting is easy. I don't understand it.
That's why, I mean, like this goes back to what you were saying, is bone dry, dude.
Oh, that's gotta be why they're incorporating a tournament. That's gotta be why they're incorporating this search and destroy stuff. It's all little smoke fields is what it is.
Smoke and mirrors.
That's exactly what it is. Every 13-year-old kid out there is like, oh my gosh, new Fortnite, they have search and destroy. I've never heard of this game type before. Man, this is so cool. So glad Fortnite came up with this idea. And what it is they're like, oh shit, we are so far behind with this new patch, this new update. All these little kids are quitting playing our game. Apex Season 4 just came out. Let's drop new LTMs. Let's throw in what do all the kids love? Fidget spinners and box fights. So let's box fight it up. Okay, let's get some box fights going. Booga's been doing a bunch of them. Let's get them in here. Let's get all these just no cam, keyboard cam streamers that are all in the same path of content, which is just, in my personal opinion, boring garbage, which is just box fights, 1v1s. And don't get me wrong, get it how you live, dude. A lot of these guys are making a bunch of money off it. Do your thing. You know, I don't agree with a lot of other. I think a lot of other things outside of, you know, Fortnite and stuff like that is lame. But get it how you live, baby. You know, you get your money. People love watching your hand cam all game. They love watching you crank 90s and shit on other kids. I get it. That's tight for that demographic that you cater to, but I think it's super lame. And like my face when you said that there is a box fighting tournament said it all. I just think it's wild. That's what I 100% agree. I think it is wild. Like that to me shows it is definitely people are itching for something new.
No, but it's not Epic that's doing this.
Who is?
It's like an actual. I would have to look that up more, but I know a lot of people are entering in.
Really?
So there's a decent prize pool, but also Fortnite or Epic hasn't even announced their new World Cup yet. So
really?
Yeah, that's another
take place.
I'm not too sure.
When was the last one?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was summertime.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I don't know, because they do like the summer skirmish, they do the winter skirmish. I don't know. We need to look into that.
New York last time.
29 is July 28th.
It was in New York.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was in New York, but it was in July.
Yeah, July 28th.
Okay. Yeah, because remember we were trying to fly out to it.
Yeah.
We might have to do that this next year.
I would love to go to one.
I would too. Wait, you know,
just any esports event.
Yeah, really. I agree. You know, I think it's lame. Obviously, I think box fighting is lame, but I think we should definitely tune in and take a watch in. Yeah, just kind of see what's going. Like, see, maybe I'm missing the hype, and maybe like a tournament setting, like a big name tournament setting, will change my mind on it. But we should definitely take a look into that and watch some of that. I'd actually be kind of curious.
I wonder if they're allowed to talk crap to each other.
Oh, in between rounds.
That would make it high.
Because you know, League does this thing where you're not allowed to.
Right.
Or you'll get fined. I'm pretty sure. Like even saying anything bad and
really?
All chat, yeah, like you'll get fined. So I don't know if that's the same, but I know that like Trey was just saying, that'd make it so much more hype.
It would, like, because I mean, dude,
Halo in person, versus Halo online is way different.
It is. It is way different. That is one of the. and this is in my opinion, that is one of the reasons that Halo is still alive right now in the competitive scene, is because of the shit talking. Oh, it's so great. Oh, it's so great. Guys are up on stage after ripping some kids, standing up on stage, turning and looking to the other side. Yeah, get ripped! Yeah, get ripped! Dude, I love it. Oh,
yeah, it's awesome.
Competitive Halo live and on stage is another level of shit talking. And the best part about it is you as the viewer get to experience it because they tune into team comms. Oh, I don't know if you've ever thought about tuning into team comms before, but boy, is it explicit. And boy, is it incredible. Yeah. Like, kids are just casually sitting there. Yeah, get ripped. You're trash. You're fucking trash, dude.
What are you doing?
God, get out of my lobby, bro. Oh, dude, I love it. It's great. Halo Live is incredible. If you guys ever have the opportunity to go out and watch Halo Live, dude, go. Even if there's like some like scuffed random little tournament in your town, dude, the little mini tournaments off of the main stage is always great too. For sure. Oh, love it.
Just like at DreamHack when we all just went over there.
Exactly. There was more hype around that little LAN tournament than there was on the main stage, and that was great. Yeah. I love it.
That was wild.
That gets me going.
Yeah.
That was wild. That gets me going.
I don't even know where we were, but
Atlanta.
No, I meant talking points.
Oh yeah.
Because I sent us off.
We ranted off.
Rant.
I love it though. Good. I love it. That's what we're talking about. Lame re-release content. So speaking of that, World of Warcraft's latest raid. Woo! World of Warcraft's newest release of their latest raid or re-release, whatever the fuck it is. Blackwing Lair comes out tomorrow. Trey, Cody, what is it?
Well, what it is delivering more content than Fortnite, that's for sure.
I mean, you are not wrong. How a game from the 90s is still producing content in a multi-billion-dollar... I don't know want to talk. Continue. Blackwing Lair comes out tomorrow. What is it?
So it actually comes out on Wednesday.
What? Trey, it's been this Tuesday.
It officially is out on Wednesday. It takes a day for it to load in.
A day for it to load in.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's fucking...
Okay.
Have they ever said that before? Like,
no.
Really?
I don't know why.
Wild, man.
So because typically all new content comes out on Tuesday. Like if a new raid, whatever it is, that always comes out on Tuesday. For some reason, it's Wednesday this week. Don't know why. Don't know how. It's on Wednesday. And I'm pretty butthurt about it because I have to work tomorrow and I'm actually off Wednesday. But I think if you don't work on Wednesday, I think if I don't participate in the Tuesday raid, they're not gonna let me in the Wednesday raid.
Yikes!
And I'm gonna be really, really upset if that's the.
Dude, just get someone to cover for you.
Dude, you're gonna be pugging then, huh?
And it looks like I'm gonna be pugging for
like the third week in a row.
Well, no, I actually joined in last week with
okay.
my guild, and I got gear, so I'm actually pretty geared right now, so that's pretty dope. But regardless of that, yeah, dude, it's hype because I mean it's just new old content that comes out from like the childhood days, you know.
Old content.
New old content, dude. And it's like an experience that I never got to experience before. I mean, I ran into Blackwing Lair at like level 90 and one shot everything, sure. But like actually to go through it and do the raid in content, having to actually do the mechanics of the fights, is gonna be a lot of fun. Like I remember going in there being on level 90. So like the first boss is like a mind controlled dragon. Do you remember that, Cody?
Mm-hmm.
So and you like one person has to like mind control a dragon and basically like kill all these like little eggs. And that's the boss. You have to kill the eggs. More whelps, yeah.
Whelps come in, yeah.
You have to kill the eggs before the dragon gets killed. And me doing that for the first time at level 90, 4 expansions later, had no idea what I was doing.
Really?
So, and I kept dying on it. I was like, what the hell is going on? How did I get past this boss?
And if the dragon dies, everyone dies.
Your character just dies.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So it was tight.
I would love to see you actually do this.
So I'm actually gonna wish my guild leader today and be like, hey man, life happens and I'm not gonna make it. But then if he hits me some bullshit like,
sorry, dude, gotta be there for the guild.
Dude, if you're not there Tuesday, you could come Wednesday, but you're not gonna get gear. I'm like, I'm
Fuck
out.
you then. Yeah, what do you mean?
/G quit. I'm gonna join a pug or I'm gonna join a guild that once mile.
Are you geared for that, Trey? Like already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I only have one green left, and I actually bought a new green to replace my other green. But I'm about to get my benediction staff. I did the quest last night that I've been trying to do for like 3 days. It was intense, but I got it. So that was tight. And I have the other trinket, so I just need to buy this other trinket, and I have this
You're ready.
An awesome staff, and I will be ready.
I want to know a little bit about this. So, going back to sports background and World of Warcraft, are there like, in a sense, like free agents of guys that are out there that people are like, oh shit,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
dude, if we can get him in our guild. Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, because like PvE, it kind of like caps out. I mean, you don't have to be unless you're like mythic, like current retail WoW. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But in classic WoW, there's 40 people. So I'm sure there's one person like carrying a lot of the load doing DPS, but there's so many other people, and there's like if you do a certain amount of DPS, then obviously the boss will die.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I actually saw you talking about method. I actually saw where Complexity won world's first.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the game.
They beat it. Like
They're
what?
NA, right?
Yeah, they're out of Dallas.
Yeah, that's one you told.
Well, I didn't know if they had a EU team.
Well, they have
Which
EU
is good.
teams, but yeah, world's first. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
that's they dethroned them. They dethroned Method, which is tight. I was ready for Method to get dethroned.
How long they've been world's first for forever, right?
Ever.
Yeah.
That's
EU's
wild.
always just better at everything, pretty much.
I got the opportunity to see to be in the same room as Sko and his Method Sko, like the main guy and his wife. They were at was it DreamHack? I think it was one of the DreamHacks that I was at, or maybe it was TwitchCon. Either way, I ended up being in just like hanging out in the same room as him, and everyone being like, "Oh my God, that's Method Sko or whatever." I'm like, I mean, I've seen his face before, but I'm not like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely be that guy to be like, who are you?
Like, what's up?
Like, and he'd be like, who are you? And I'd be like, exactly. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's going on right now. Just talking about other, like, moving on from WoW and that whole thing. I did want to talk a little bit about Tarkov. Dude,
yeah.
Tarkov is still popping. First of all, I think it's great. Now, I will preface this by saying that game is effing hard. Kids that are in that game are way better than me. That game has two outcomes. Either they have two players, it's guys like me, or guys that are absolute shooters. It is insane, the gameplay in that game. Like, dudes know way more about that game than I'll ever know. Like, that is a real life fighting simulator. That is everything that you'd have to do in real life, and it's crazy. I popped into Summit 1G, his stream last night, and he was sitting steady. I left him on while I was looking for typing out some of these podcast ideas. I think I left him on in the background for like an hour. Sat steady without dropping past 40K for over an hour.
That's wild.
And he had been there for a hot minute. It was number 2 on the list of games that are being played at that time. I'm actually going to take a look real quick and see where it's at.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's number 1?
And number 1 is a dev meeting, and it has 99.3K viewers.
It's at 100K right now on my
Okay.
refresh page. I see Summit in there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look at these games. I mean, look at everyone watching this right now. There are people rebroadcasting the dev meeting. There's Sacriel in there. We've got Summit 1G. I don't know the rest of the other 4 guys, but obviously they must have some serious
They have a screen for Dr. Lupo too.
Do they?
Yeah, I don't see him, but it just says Dr. Lupo on the screen.
Huh. He must just be like
he's
over
been
the phone
playing.
or something. Oh, Dr. Lupo's been playing Tarkov for a hot minute. Matter of fact, I tuned into Dr. Lupo I'm gonna say 2 months ago. 2 months ago, I was like, oh damn, Dr. Lupo's on. He's one of the very few people I follow. I like Doc. I think he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a great streamer. He does a lot for the community. I think he's great. But I tuned into him and he had 3,000 viewers, maybe. And I'm like, damn, that is not a lot for Dr. Lupo. Don't get me wrong, 3,000 viewers is a lot of viewers, but in Dr. Lupo's case, I feel like that's not. So I was like, what the hell is he playing? I joined in. He's playing Escape from Tarkov. And I'm like, damn, this is a game that kind of everybody's starting to play again. This was 2 months ago. I'm like, damn, this is a game that it seems like everybody's starting to play. It just must not have that name recognition, that notoriety yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I noticed it really pop off was when a couple weeks ago Tarkov did drops enabled for streamers. So I guess you could get loot just for watching your favorite Tarkov streamer.
Right.
A bunch of people popped off
Good
on that.
idea.
Yeah, it is. And a bunch of people popped off on that, and they got a lot bigger of a player base, I think, after that. But that was when I saw Lupo for real pop off. You know, he was doing better than he normally would on Fortnite. He was in the upper 20s, 20K, lower 30K at a couple points. And I haven't seen Dr. Lupo like that since it was, Ninja days.
Ninja Lupo.
Lupo, Tim, Courage, Nick, whatever it may be, all on here. And that to me was super cool to see because I know that Lupo's been playing this game for a hot minute, and to see him pop off the same way was great. And it helped a lot of other streamers too. I'm a big fan of Batty. Batty streams. He's a Tarkov really only guy. Met him and hung out with him a couple times at going on now a few different conventions, few different events. Super cool dude, and he was popping off. Still waiting for him to Sherpa me through some games so I could get it figured out. But I mean, he was he's somewhere in the low or in the mid to upper hundreds viewership wise, which again I am not knocking. That is incredible. That's huge.
Yeah.
But when this drop thing came out, he was sitting in the lower 2000s, upper 2000s. So games doing stuff like that really promotes a lot more streamers, which I think is great. I think a lot more games need to start implementing that whole idea base of hey, listen, we want to expand our player base. We want to get some more people in here. What's the best way to do that? Obviously, to go through streamers. Quit putting out ads on TV. The only people that watch that are a bunch of boomers. Okay, okay. If you still have cable in 2020, you are paying for some real specific stuff that you should maybe reevaluate. Okay, you don't need cable. Get over it. So promoting that and marketing through their streamers is such a genius idea, and I feel like Apex was one of the first people to really put that out there, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the first real success of that was shown through Apex. Think about Apex spent some of their money going to ads, but they spent a bunch of money on their content creation or on the content creators to promote their game, and it went super, super well for a little while, obviously, and now it's kind of back with when they dropped season 4 with all the ad streams. And again, get it how you live, love it. I think it's great, but I think games need to start doing that and start promoting their game through content creators, which I think is going to be the new wave of things for sure.
For sure. Even H1, if you think about it, H1Z1 did that too with their Doc helmet or
with the angry pug helmets. It's
kind of the same thing, but they went about it. I mean, they tried it.
Yeah, they did definitely try it. And I mean, think about how many. I mean, Summit 1G was that was back when it was Summit, Dr. Disrespect, and Ninja. Ninja was third on that list.
Mm-hmm.
It was always Doc and Summit were battling it out for one. Ninja was kind of down there or whatever. And then, I mean, now look at where we're at. I mean, my dog Ninja was walking the runway for the new Red Bull soccer team. New York Red Bull. Is it New York Red Bull?
Wild.
I think it's New York Red Bull. He was
the new one or the old one?
It must be the new one.
Red or blue?
Red.
That's Red Bull. That's the old one.
Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, he was walking for them when they were releasing their new jerseys, and I mean, walking the runway. This is a guy that's out here promoting Louis Vuitton. This is Ninja. He's out here promoting Louis Vuitton. This is a guy that at a time most people would only watch if they were either A, invest in the community, or B, Doc and Summit weren't online. Like, how crazy is that? Like, how crazy?
That's wild, man.
How crazy is a couple years? Like that is wild. I'm actually surprised to not see a lot of these other content creators that are the big names jump onto the Tarkov train right now. Like, I'm surprised we haven't. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not, but I'm surprised we haven't seen Ninja jump on it. Maybe he has. I don't know. I don't keep up with him. Ninja jump on it. Nick Merckx jump on it. Tim jump in there. I'm actually pretty sure that I actually saw Tim playing it a little bit. But either way you look at it, I'm 24% smarter than Tim, so it doesn't matter what he does. I'm way smarter than him. Check the VOD. Okay, I'm smarter. So I'm the genius. So
I saw that actually.
Yeah, I'm dude. Listen, okay, steel trap up here. I'm smarter by 24%. Okay, that's a pretty big margin of somebody being smarter. So, anyways, let's continue on. Yeah. I mean, dude, Lyric's playing. I mean, Lyric's been playing Tarkov, but I mean, Lyric pops off on Tarkov. It's pretty crazy to see all these guys that are playing it and bringing in a new wave of gaming. And even I get hype about trying Tarkov. So it's just my first day on was not the best day that I've had in a long time. But either way, even I'm trying, and I'm getting a little bit more hype about it. It's just when you're trying to get into Tarkov right off the rip, it's kind of a sleeper, but it's okay. We're getting there. We'll definitely play it a little bit more and definitely see where it goes. All right. I think this is an incredible spot for us to end it on. We've now been banging out. I think we're going on an hour and a half, which feels great. I appreciate you guys hanging with me, chatting with me a little bit about what's going on. Here in the future, we're gonna post this stream. We'll have a conversation about what day we're gonna do the night podcast, because that'll be coming, and I'm super excited to talk a little bit more about that. Trey, where can we follow you at, dude? Where can we find you?
On Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/.
Front slash.
Is it not just a slash? Pretty
So
sure it's
I've
just a
always
slash.
said I've always said backslash, but apparently it's a front slash.
Just say slash.
Just don't even say that. Just
Yeah.
be like,
I want to say the front slash. I think it's tight.
Okay, dude.
Tight.
Where are we following you? What's your Twitter, dude?
Train Professor, smile.
No, it's not.
But you can find me using Train Professor, so I'm just start saying Train.
change
You type in
that
Train
right now.
Professor, I come up. I can't change it. It's physically
Do
impossible.
it, dude. Email
What do I
Twitter.
change it to?
Email
I
Twitter.
I
did.
changed mine.
Cody changed his.
I did email
When?
them.
Send it
Like 2
again.
months ago. Okay.
Cody, where can we follow you at, dude?
Y to the Doc on Twitch. Y to the Doc _ on Twitter. Don't follow my IG because I don't post anything.
Feels good. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Much love. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Chat and everybody that's out here right now, I greatly appreciate y'all being here with me today, this morning. Like I said, we'll be moving into hopefully a two a week podcast. Like I said, one on the Monday morning, which is our classic normal time, and then also trying to work in a nighttime podcast throughout the week. Maybe mix a couple drinks in there, have some whiskeys, hang out. I did get a tweet today that was pretty cool that maybe we'll start mixing in on the night streams, which was incorporating some type of Q&A at the end of every episode. Just kind of taking like Twitter questions or Twitch chat or something like that. And I think we'll end up actually bringing that in and implementing it into the evening podcast, which we'll either do on Thursday or Friday, whatever it may be. I'm about to have a conversation with these guys. But either way, I appreciate you guys that are here right now live and watching this and hanging out with me here on Twitch. For those of you guys that are watching this right now on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Look at that, dude. Becoming a YouTuber. I'm nailing it. Feels super good. Next podcast, possibly this week for the night stream, for the night podcast. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. It really and truly does mean a lot. We'll talk soon, man. See y'all.